Mosima. It's so cool. Sam has joined finally. Somila has joined. Hi, Somila. Yes. Sam has finally sent. It's the first time I've done this. She sent a request. There we go. We're waiting for Sam. So Sam is coming on. Hey!
Hey! Looking good there, buddy.
Hey, this was like a first date, you know, you look amazing as well.
Really? Well,
you look rich. You look very rich, which is great.
Well, that would be quite accurate, you know.
Oh, God. Yes, thank you so much for being a part of this and being my first guest. I am so honored for the live Young Conversations. It's such a huge step that I've been wanting to take, so I'm so thankful that you're here. Mosima says you rich Auntie Sam.
Yes.
So, just to kind of bring us into the conversation, I'm sure some people will join as we go along, but I'll basically post this on here. But please don't
make me laugh, guys. I'm going to try so hard to be serious.
So me and Sam laugh all the time. So this is quite interesting that we're having this conversation, which will be, you know, very layered in terms of the topics that we cover. But this is literally one of my best friends, and we laugh all the time. So we'll try to keep it together, but we will be ourselves at the same time. But I take it if you
adjust my volume. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear her? Let us know, Mosima, if you can hear her. I saw Mosima was the one who asked that. But
can everyone hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, I take it, you know, with the people who joined us, you probably either believe in women empowerment, in achieving gender equality during our lifetime, in the power of women. And even if you don't and you're a doubter, I think we stand a lot to learn and inspiration to draw from. You know, my first guest, who's Sam. Sam, how are you?
I'm great. I don't know if you've introduced me. I don't know if I'm.
I'll introduce you. I just want to know how you are. It's a difficult time.
I'm safe. I'm healthy. I'm grateful. I think those are the top three things that explain this time for me, how I am, and what I'm. That I'm really appreciative.
Absolutely, we're grateful for help. And so, you know, Sam asked if I introduced her, so I'm going to do that now. With my Nick, Sam is the Director of Womandla Foundation that prides itself in celebrating the power of women. And she is also a marketing and PR consultant, so if you need any marketing and PR, holler at her. And she is a globetrotter. She is a young woman world changer who is building a empire. And we are so thankful to have you here, Sam. I have described you in very few words because you are a very multifaceted person. You even sing.
Wow!
I want you to basically tell us who you are, where you're from, and what makes Sam Sam.
Okay. Well, I'm Sam Gqomo, which is crazy. Do you know what? My parents have never called me in the existence of my life Sam Gqomo, ever. It's crazy. But that's my name. I'm that accepted one. That's what it means. And I'm from Port Elizabeth. So I was raised there, went to school there, university there, everything until I was done with PE. And I moved to the glorious Cape Town. And that's where I still am today. I moved here about 6, 7 years ago. And the mother city is where Womandla was actually birthed. And I actually thought about that the other day, and I was like, that's so prolific because it's the mother city, and this is Womandla. Like, there's a connection. There's something there. There's power there, and there's probably a reason for that we're still discovering as we go along. So I'm one of 2 siblings. My sister is Sisetu, and she's based in PE. And so you have alluded to the many things that I do, and I don't even know why sometimes. But it's just one of those things of, when you have been given the gift of life, just, enjoy every part of it, do whatever you can, experience what it has to offer, and then, excel in what you in as well. Just excel as well. Yeah.
So you are not a triple threat, Wena. You are a quadruple threat.
Step aside, Beyonce. Step aside. Gosh.
So we're going to be talking about Womandla Foundation that you mentioned now. We will be talking about, how to build a growing NPO, which you've done. I've basically seen it from inception, being a witness to how it's grown. And we will talk about your COVID-19 response as well. So starting with Womandla Foundation, right? You spoke about the significance of it being birthed in the mother city. Why do you think there's such a correlation there? And what does mothering mean to you with regards to Womandla Foundation?
Wow. I don't know if I can get spiritual about this, but...
Go for it.
Yeah. If anyone believes in the spoken word or prophecy, that was what was spoken to me on the launch of the Womandla Foundation, the mothering element. And I'm connecting the dots now, and that's why I'm saying that this whole, building an NG or NPC or whatever the case may be, or whatever you're building, it's something that, just sometimes you don't realize in the growth what is happening. So I'm in that process of connecting the dots, and basically it being born from the mother city just speaks to what has been spoken onto my life about mothering and growing and birthing new things. And that's exactly what we have been, what I've done here in Cape Town. So it has been, it's been a mirror of my personal life. And that's maybe what the correlation is. It's still something to figure and find out. But I'm in that process of connecting those dots.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Floral. See a couple of people coming in, which is quite great. We're speaking about Womandla Foundation that's doing amazing work for women. So on that note of birthing things, what does Womandla Foundation actually do?
It's like, what don't we do? Womandla is just... It's a platform. It is a safe place, and it's a foundation that wants to build sustainable communities, especially for women and girls. We want to upskill women and girls. We want to train them across various industries, the technologies, the media, the sciences. We're a foundation that's just focused on building and empowering women so that they can fulfill their destinies.
Yeah, and which woman does Womandla Foundation benefit specifically?
So in the foundation, we've got 4 pillars, being entrepreneurship and development. We've got STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. We have events, and then we have mentorship. So basically, there are many communities that we are servicing or that are then benefiting from us, because when you talk entrepreneurship and development, what our plans are to, adopt a SMT that will, create some merchandise for us, which we sell, so that in that way we have equipped a community. We've also helped them economically because we've paid, and thus it also helps us in our fundraising. So it becomes like a life cycle of economic development. We have business masterclasses. So that speaks to another community of those who are either existing or emerging entrepreneurs. And we have events with great lineups to basically help someone in business who is trying to secure funding, whatever the case may be. We've got our mentorship, and that's geared at young girls in the Langa community, Langa Township here in Cape Town. So that program runs, and it services those young girls and really speaks to their well-being above everything else, because they are in a school environment where the education is provided, but there's so many socio-economic issues that can limit their learning. So we there as a sisterhood, as a support structure, and also as a vessel to bring some new information and exposure to them that they might not have learned at school or known of. We have our events department, as I've mentioned, which is actually a thread through all the other mentioned departments, but that's also to help us fundraise as a foundation. And then, of course, we have STEAM, the science, technology, engineering, arts and maths. We've just added arts, which is an exciting, that's very exciting for us. And we've already had like a coding workshop. We've had the STEM Awards, where we recognized leaders across South Africa in those industries. So we really are impacting many communities as possible in South Africa now that we've also expanded, and hopefully in Africa very, very soon.
How can people, you're doing amazing work. As Christian says, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
I'm channeling Christiana today a little bit.
I see. Very, very rich. How do people get involved? There's a couple of people from Cape Town who've joined. How can they get involved, and even people nationally who are maybe not in Cape Town, to kind of see what you guys are doing, or to kind of be a part of what you guys are doing as Womandla Foundation?
So you can get involved in various ways. And now that we have a committee that is now well spread around the country, then you can really help in firstly bringing yourself as a resource, or bringing other resources to basically help out and carry out the vision of the organization. And that in various ways. Sometimes we need venues for events in Joburg or Cape Town or Durban, where if you could help, that would be awesome. Sometimes we need speakers for our events, and if you are that kind of person who can contribute in that way, bring your knowledge, join us. Sometimes we need funding or donations for a particular cause. Right now we're busy collecting donations so that we can feed communities. So there are various ways. There isn't some sort of a membership application or whatever the case may be. It's really just being involved in your personal capacity. And all of those things you will find and see on our website, where we always have calls, or we have an event, and then we have inquiries, and there's a contact us page as well. So if you feel that there's something you'd like to assist with, sometimes we even have a call for pad and sanitary towels and, menstrual cup donations. So if you want to exercise altruism, or you're, doing good, or whatever the case may be, there's always a platform, and there's always space for you to be able to do that.
Absolutely. What is your website? Where can people find you?
www.womandla.com. Easy as that.
Perfect. On that menstrual cycle point, I know you guys are very huge on ending period poverty, where you basically give out pads to young women, young girls. During this quarantine, there's many other organizations who also do that, thank God. We need more people to do that still. But with that said, how do you bridge that gap at a time where we are on lockdown, we are, social distancing, we are quarantined? How do you help those families still? Have you thought about that?
Well, of course, because, it's actually heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking because we know that the girls that we help out cannot afford pads, cannot afford menstrual cups. They just can't, and they rely on donations. And it's difficult with schools being closed and the lockdown actually reaching girls at their houses. It's actually almost, I can say, impossible. And the only way I think we can help again is when we deliver like food parcels and just make sure that there is also provision for the young girls during this time, because I cannot imagine what they're going through. And also us doing that was also one of those it wasn't a core focus of ours, but at the school we were at, it was a dire need of theirs. And then we thought, let's just step in, let's just ask around and see. And people had been so consistent in donating, so we're so grateful for that. But right now, as it stands, it's been very, very difficult to be able to help in that regard. But the donations are still an ongoing thing, and once lockdown is lifted or whatever the case may be, we'll definitely make a solid plan on how to get the pads. Because I've got some, like, right now with me, and it's just a matter of we cannot go door to door knocking at those houses right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we pray this COVID-19 literally goes away. It's impacting lives in such a major way. And like what you're basically saying, where it's not a want thing, it's a need matter that kind of needs to be met here. Kind of need to really find solutions to some of these issues that probably might go on because of the time that we're living in now. But I want to move on to something, I've been stalking you, girl. I want to move on to something you wrote on your Instagram, which I really found so powerful. You wrote on one of your statuses that when a whole global financial advisory firm, Maitland Group, changes its email signature to your organization, it can only be God. Womandla will soon be listed next to Nelson Mandela Children's Fund on their CSI page. That really touches me. There's so much power in speaking things into existence, and I've seen you do it so well. If the universe was listening right now and you could declare anything that you wanted to declare over Womandla Foundation, what would you say?
I'm going to speak to the God of the universe, first and foremost. And I would speak that the Womandla Foundation would surpass the impact of the Melinda Gates Foundation.
Amen. Allah.
Can we rate that? Of course, yes, we can.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. And the universe. I know one of the things you want to do is to, I'm sorry about that, but I know one of the things you want to do is to literally have a scholarship as part of your foundation for women, and, we speak things like that also into existence, and hopefully there's some donors who will see this some way.
No, it's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline. Our team is very action driven. If anything, that is going to happen sooner rather than later. I really do believe that. And just back on your point of the Maitland Group, this is an international advisory firm. So they advise your Coronations, your Allen Greys, all the companies that are handling our money and investments. And if everyone in that organization had Womandla during the month of August, Womandla Foundation as part of their signatures, email signatures, can you imagine, the visibility, the awareness of that? It was major. It was major for me because I met someone in Joburg who was like, Womandla is a well-known name, but they were like, they work at Investec, and they're like, oh, I saw that on someone's signature. And I'm just like, God, you humble me because that's major. That is major. Because this is companies that are handling money, so that money must come and fall on us.
Amen. Money fall on you.
And so I have, one of those small things that will one day make such a big difference. It's really just the beginning.
It is. Oprah says God can dream a bigger dream than any dream that you can ever dream. So it definitely is the beginning, and it's super, super exciting. So we're going to move on to our next part, which is building your empire. Ooh.
Yes.
So exciting. So this is for any young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are currently listening. We'll be touching on some points on maybe things that Sam has learned during her journey of building her NPO. So you were a part of the U.S. Embassy's first, not sure if I'm saying this correctly, consortium of Academy of Women Entrepreneur SA. And I want to ask you, what did that mean to you and what did you learn?
I'm just shocked at your research. I'm so, I'm one of those people who doesn't like to be SABC.
I'm here for that.
What it means to be part, because I'm still part, it started in September of 2019, being part of the U.S. Embassy's program, consortium, cohort, whatever. It meant everything because that was a time where I was changing, I was in a pivotal place in my life. I left formal corporate environment and I was starting my own, consultancy, and boom, I get that email that I've been accepted to be part of the Academy of Entrepreneurs for South Africa. And that was, first of all, a confirmation for me that, Sam, you're on the right track, because what did I just do? Resigning from comfort, which is actually a whole lie, as we can see now. There's no such thing as job security. Going from that to that program, firstly, it just opened my eyes. It taught me so much about business that I didn't know. It still is, because, we attend classes even this year. We've just on hold now because of the pandemic. We do assignments. There's exposure to, things that I thought I knew about sales and marketing and that I clearly didn't. A lot more about, business acumen and just basically networking and being in a group of young budding entrepreneurs, mostly people of color too. And we're just together on this journey, figuring things out. I think it's the greatest support system and really a blessing that came in the nick of time. And that's just really how God does things. We always want things on our timelines, but he does it when it's good enough for us.
Amen.
So yeah, that's what it has meant for me in my life. It's helping me build its support structure, and I'm really thankful because I'm now exposed as well to U.S. embassies, programs, people, and funds.
Absolutely. I mean, what's been your biggest lesson as an entrepreneur? Because I know it's one thing to learn about it in theory, but to actually live it is a completely different story.
Confidence. I've felt that
Expand.
sometimes I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying, but if I do it confidently, they'll be so confused that they'll just agree. I really believe that if you're just confident also in what skills or whatever you have, that will help you go a long way. And that's been my learning for now.
Yeah. I'm going to ask on vision boarding. You basically had a vision board workshop. I think it was earlier. Was it earlier this year? Because time seems to
it feels like it was in 1995, but yes, it was February.
Because we've experienced a million years during this time. But what would you say to an entrepreneur who literally had a vision for what they want? I mean, we know that the economy is literally going down at the moment. There's been a global recession that's basically been said to be approaching. And what would you say to the entrepreneur that had a vision, that had vision boarded, and now is feeling so bleak about some of the plans that they've had?
I would say that their feelings are valid, first of all. I mean, everything has just been, toppled upside down for each and every one of us. But, not just for an entrepreneur, anyone who's done a vision board. So I run these workshops. And the vision could be for this year, it could be for the next 5 years, it could be for the next 10 years. But having a vision is the one thing that will steer you and give you hope through challenging times, because nothing is ever in our control, not 100%, so things are going to happen. I don't know if you've watched, it's a Netflix, what do you call it, 3-part Dondon movie? Maybe, I don't know, but about
3-part series, 3-part documentary.
Yeah, about C.J. Walker, the black woman in America, the first black woman.
Yes, absolutely.
Who created a hair care and skincare range, was that she had a vision for her. She had a vision for her life. She wanted to be a success at it. She wanted to make a lot of money, and she wanted to take and empower black women with her. One of the challenges she experienced was that her house, where she had started building her factory, burned down,
Sorry.
It burned down, and for that moment, it's just like, oh my God. But that didn't stop the vision, didn't stop her. It actually propelled her. So I feel like in times of crises, rather, just know that it's not going to be forever. But as Khadi is saying, your vision or your dreams that are delayed are not going to be denied. If anything, your vision holds you and it gives you hope. Because if you do not have a vision, then what are you holding on to? What are you working for or towards when the crisis is over, So everything is on pause. The whole world is on pause, babes. Everyone's on pause, your whatever. January, February. But do you know what? If you can push it for August or whatever, it can still happen. If it has to be pushed until next year, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So that's what I can say about crisis, is that we're not always in control and things are going to happen. Yes, it's a pandemic now, but what if it was something, your house burning down or your company burning down? That would mean people would be retrenched. That would mean, so things happen. Hurricane Katrina, that could happen, So I think in business as well, with your vision, and this time has actually taught me that, also know how to take care of money and things. For when whatever kind of crisis happens, there's a saying that says, take care of money and your money will take care of you. And that's something I'd like to really, really exercise for just in case. And even that, you just pray for peace in a crisis, because what can you do? What can you do? Freighting is not going to help you.
Absolutely. I mean, Osino says things definitely happen just when they need to happen. We just need to believe in our dreams, which basically goes to what Khabi just said, that dreams delayed are not dreams denied. There's so much truth, I think, in just kind of holding on to that. I want to go on to your team. You have literally started a blog. This started as a blog. Womandla started as a blog. I'm not sure if people know. But, you had this blog that really touched people, where you would write about you as a woman as well, and your own learnings and things that you would hear from God as well, and you would write it on a blog. And this has literally grown to, first 4 other amazing women, Osomila, Orumbi, and others. And, now the team has expanded all over the country. Did you have a particular strategy for that? And how do you manage a team that's, grown to that extent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to cry, because it's nothing that I have done. In expanding the team, I from the blog, just talking about community women, you just sense that it's not enough, right? So there's something that you have to do. Do more than just write. And that's how, the organization itself was birthed. And I realized that I can't do this on my own. And there are definitely other people who would be interested in doing something good for the community. And, when you do good to others, it's just like you're doing good to yourself. I can't say once after an event or a fundraiser or whatever that we, as tired as we could have been, did not feel accomplished and fulfilled, So in growing the team to the heads of our departments, and then to our committee, that has just been, the hand of God, really. And so grateful for the committee that we have chosen and to be part of this organization. Wow, what a team of women. Various industries. I mean, we've got healthcare workers on the front line who are helping us, because the Exco, we all have full-time jobs, or businesses or whatever the case may be. And so it's not always possible to do the things that we've planned and all of the things that we want to see happen. So it's just been awesome to watch that growth. And from that question you asked earlier, the interest, how do people join and whatever, we just realized, okay, we need a committee. We need people who are, and committee meaning people that are going to be committed to this vision, first of all. And secondly, doing something that is not self-serving at all, And so the growth has been exponential. And you asked me, how do I manage? Thank God I don't have to. I think micromanaging is toxic for everyone, even for that person who, if I were to be doing it, it would be toxic for me too, because I used to not have sleepless nights, and it's because of my own issues of perfectionism and whatever, And then I was just like, you know what? I'm releasing this. These people are passionate. These people are capable, and they are definite leaders in their own right. So management is not even something that needs to be considered, because even the committee members are leaders. So everyone, is led from the inside, and that's how the work is done, One thing I do need to know is keep checking in and knowing what's happening, because as the person who does interviews and whatnot, I always have to know what's happening. But most of the time, they go for it. They do what they feel it makes sense, will speak to the vision, and also something that is helping the community.
I like that. I mean, the fact that you've, I think for anybody who has a team, you said committee, there were quite some good points there. It's a team of committed people. And then you also mentioned a team of capable women. So, I think there's so much to take from that, and that if you're building a team, that you make sure that you pray to basically get people who are committed and are capable in such a way that you can relax like that, and basically just check in and not micromanage the team. You know what I mean?
It's not even relax. It's trust.
Yes.
Learning to trust people.
Yeah. That's the right word.
That gives them a sense of confidence as well. As we're all figuring things out, we're always figuring things out. We don't know everything. So, yeah, it just makes the environment healthy, and I think also the relationships work well. And that's the big deal for the organization.
Thank you for some of the people who are joining us now. I'm loving this conversation, and we will save it. I saw someone said, please save this. I'll try out. I think it was Khadi, actually. Try our best to basically save it. So, as you know, we're going to move on to your COVID-19 response efforts now. As you know, there have been, a couple of deaths, not a couple, a huge amount of deaths globally, over 183,000 globally that have been caused by this pandemic as declared by the World Health Organization. And there's been 65 deaths in South Africa. I'm not sure if the number has, moved forward. I want to know, how are you keeping safe during this time?
I'm listening to the government, hey? Whatever Cyril says, okay, I surrender. I'm staying isolated at home. And actually, so before the official lockdown, I've already started to self-isolate because I have the privilege of working from home. So it's been 42 days for me. It's been tough. It's been good. I've lost my mind. Then I'd go looking for it around my place. I'd find it, and then I'd lose my mind again. But jokes aside, I've really stayed indoors. I only go shopping or replenish like after 10 days or so. So that's like only 3 times a month that I've gone out to see Homo sapiens. So that's what I've been doing. I've been staying safe and drinking my immune boosters, and
Fantastic. I mean, I've cried. I have been depressed. I've been lonely. I've been happy. I've experienced 10,000 emotions. So I completely
It's okay. Like, it is so okay. This is a psychological battle as well. It is a psychological battle because everything that you've known about life has just been switched like this. And everything that you need has just really been cut off as well. Just as a human, basic touch and connections and whatnot. And these videos and whatever, it gets a bit much sometimes. Also, you get tired of that, funny enough. As much as you want to, stay connected with people, on the screen, it's not the same, bruh. So, yeah, I've had my days, and I think everyone should be okay with that. And in the same breath, I'm so, so, so grateful to have a safe place to stay. And, I'm very, very grateful.
Absolutely. So, what we will do after this live, I know somebody who's basically put up that after an hour you get kicked out. I think it's about 45 minutes. So we're going to take any questions that you guys might have. So, my heart goes out to you. You say you have had it's been rough for you. You basically have a newborn and you're alone. So my heart goes out to you. We're here. If you want to talk, reach out. It's completely okay. But what I want to speak about quickly that we will have after this, we will post Womandla's COVID-19 response efforts. You can tell people, I know you guys have been involved with, giving away masks and also donating food parcels. Maybe you can tell us more on that and how we can help and assist.
Okay, so before the official lockdown, we actually started in East London, the Eastern Cape, where we actually had a school nutrition, just 1 week where we donated food to the school kids because most of them in that community rely on the schools for food. And, with school closure, it means that a lot of children will not eat. So for that last week of when school was open, we started with a school nutrition drive in East London. And then, back to that committed committee that basically deployed and we received sponsorship of over 35,000 Rand from the Kagiso Trust. And they basically afforded us 3,000 masks that were deployed to the KZN healthcare facilities, for healthcare workers and the community. We're actually going to release a press release, I think on Monday, with regards to that. Very, very exciting, and I'm so proud of the team, seriously doing amazing work. And then what is the other thing we're doing? Oh, we're currently, for as little as 50 Rand, you can donate to our organization. All the details will be on our social media pages and website.
We'll also put it on ours.
And basically donate from as little as 50 Rand, and we are gonna, collate that money. And firstly, because charity begins at home, we feed our mentorship programs first, the mentees first, but then also there are already other NPOs that we're going to collaborate with that are already on the ground feeding people, and we're going to donate the money that everyone sends through to Womandla to those organizations, because we're still trying to maintain safety. We're still trying to, abide by law, but we also want to make a difference. So we're going to collaborate with other NPOs. So that's what we're currently doing, and that's our response. And we're just hoping that we can get as much support as is needed. Sinoza, you can donate to our bank account. The details will be on the Womandla social pages, the banking details, that is. And then we will process that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll also put it up on the Young Catalyst. So they do have a poster that we will share directly after this. And definitely
Club. Sorry.
We will be donating as well to that. So quite excited to be a part of what you're doing. So
thank you.
Yeah, well done, Sam. I wanna move to the questions. There's one question. Ompa actually has a blog that he is starting. So he wants to know, how did you improve readership for your blog when it was new? And how did you recruit such a great team? Because people change sometimes. Good points.
For readership, it's just really content. The quality of your content will improve the readership. And I didn't start off well. I completely sucked. But as I continued to do it, continued to share, and thanks to social media, because that is just the active voice to market things. And people started following. Also running competitions, for followers, that encourages some growth there. And yeah, I think it's quality content and using social media to amplify your voice. And then the second question was?
How did you recruit such a great team? Because people change sometimes.
Yeah. This is what I did. I prayed that God really led me to the right people. And we also had an application process. So from the beginning, application process, interviewed people, and then we lost a few along the way too. We've had some trial and error. We had a pilot year where things didn't go how we had planned and saw. But I think in anything, you can see the heart of people. And if someone is passionate and committed, those are like the top two things that you need in someone. And those are the things that should be consistent. I realize everyone is going to change, evolve. Priorities are going to change. Someone's going to have a baby. Someone's going to get married and want to dedicate their first year of marriage to focusing on that. And, life is going to happen. But I feel like if there is passion and commitment, that's definitely a winning formula for a committee. And yes, we had an application process so that we can see the sense of how busy a person is going to be, and also letting them know in advance that this is what's going to be required of you, how much time will be allocated, and can you manage this? And where things are challenging, we just encourage communication. Where there is a time where you cannot perform because of this, that, and the other, if you communicate it, we make ways and means. But there should also be a timeline to that, because it means that then the rest of the team takes strain. But yeah, it's just one of the...
Yeah, that's very powerful. I hope you got that on, but that's very powerful advice. I don't see any questions, further questions. Thank you so much for your comments, guys. Somebody's saying excellent advice. You just need to get started, because unless you start at number one, you can't move forward. Consistency matters. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Continue to join me on this journey. That's very exciting for me. And Ompa says, hey, that's quite insightful. So I got yes. So many people are saying, well done, Sam. Sabulela, guys, for this video. Such videos are amazing. It's our pleasure. Sam, I'd like to leave with these parting words from Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou says, I would like to be known as an intelligent woman, a courageous woman, a loving woman, and a woman who teaches by being.
Wow.
I think you are exactly that. Thank you for your example. Thank you for how you led your life through so much faith. Thank you for being a standout in the crowd. We appreciate you.
Wow, thank you so much. That's very humbling. Wow, I have no words, but please do send me that poem. I'm a big believer of writing things down and speaking them to myself as well for the days I don't feel that way. But that is really such an honor. Thank you, my friend. And yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you for inviting me to your platform. Oh my God. And I just want to say one more thing. Like, please, guys, follow us on all our platforms. It's Womandla on Instagram, Womandla1 on Twitter, Womandla Online on Facebook, and LinkedIn, Womandla Foundation. Yeah.
We will put those details up as well. So if you want to have those details, we'll make a post about the donations, and we will put it on that post. So just so that you have that information, and you go follow them everywhere. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. We will, post this live. I'll try basically download it. Hopefully I can. But thank you so much.
To save straight after. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the live now. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Sese too. Neza.
Stay safe, everyone. We stay safe. The president is going to speak tonight, so we cross fingers and we pray to God for our country, for our nation, for our people, for the world at large. He's got the whole world in his hands, and we will get through this stronger together, right?
That's right. I'm with you there. Miss Fabulous, we will post this so you can watch. So it's okay. I see you say you literally just woke up. Thank you for joining us. We will definitely post this. And I hope you guys have listened to the last words that Sam has shared. I think they're the most important, that we are stronger together and we're all experiencing exactly the same thing. Shap shap. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, God.